Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jocelyn Cuevas. For those of you who don't know me, I am a healer at Be Intuitive Metaphysical Store and Healing Center. I specialize in positive tarot, healing techniques, and other means of guidance. One of my greatest passions is to awaken humanity to higher levels of consciousness by opening the minds and opening the hearts of others. And that's why I'm here, to support you, to inspire you, to motivate you, and to spread my wisdom. Thank you guys for being here today. It is a pleasure. Today, I want to talk about perfection. Why is it so difficult to channel something? Well, that's what we think. In our minds, we find it difficult to channel something that needs to be put out there. But due to our minds trying to be perfect, we tend to be perfect. We want things to be perfect. We want things to be a certain way. That's what gets in our way. That's what blocks our flow. I've noticed that when I try to record videos, I try to channel something, but there's something that gets in the way of trying to be perfect. Whatever it is, the me trying to be perfect is getting in my way of getting my message out there. Maybe that's one thing I want to talk about is perfectionists. We tend to make things perfect. We tend to make sure that everything's flowing. We want to make sure that everything is at a certain timing. We want to make sure it's viewable, whatever it is. I think that's what's getting in the way. I've noticed that in order to let things flow, you just need to go with the flow. You need to let it come to you, whatever it is you're channeling, whatever it is you want to put out there, whatever message you have. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do get intimidated by the camera, by me trying to be perfect, because I know maybe a lot of people might see this. That's another thing why I probably get nervous. But whatever I'm trying to put out there, I know that it's coming from a pure heart, and I really want to get my message out there to people that try to be perfect, that want to be perfect. Just know that perfection isn't what's going to give you that stability. Being able to focus on what you're doing, what you're trying to put out there, what message you have to offer is what really matters. Perfection, it exists, and at the same time it doesn't. For example, for me, spirit is perfect in its imperfections. What I'm trying to say is that imperfections is what make things perfect. One time my mentor told me a story about God. If you guys don't believe in God, that's okay too. Or you can call this God, this higher power. What he told me was that God, when he created a human, or the first human, he made a mistake. How he made a human, he put ingredients into a mix, right? But there was one ingredient that he put in there by mistake. That's why there is a level of unconsciousness, a level of immaturity because of that mistake. But at the same time, if we look at it, it wasn't really a mistake, because that mistake was in order for us to become conscious of what we need to do by leveling up in consciousness. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's a lot of good examples, by the way. Another example would be like, let's say you're sketching something, right? And you don't realize what you're sketching. You're just sketching something out of your mind, and then you just add different details here and there by accident, okay? That imperfection that you cause, you accidentally mark it with the pen by accident, right? Let's say. But then you realize, like, first you'll think like, dang, like, I fucked up, or excuse my language, I messed up. But then you'll realize that, wait a second, I can turn this into another detail, right? to whatever it is you're creating, that mistake, that imperfection is actually perfect. In reality becomes perfection. So this is what I mean by perfection exists and doesn't exist at the same time. It really depends on your perception, right, of how you see things. Yeah, that's one of humanity's biggest problems is, trying to be precise with everything, trying to make it all perfect. And I'm not saying being precise is a bad thing. It's just trying to be perfect is something that can get someone to be out of focus. It takes one's focus from getting the actual message out. Being perfect takes out that essence of someone, of what they're really trying to bring out or put out there. Something that I think needs attention. But yeah, that's just something I really want to put out there is just don't try too hard, because you don't want to take your focus out of what you're intending to put out there. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, before I started making this video, I was trying so hard to make sure it came out perfectly, but I realized, like, what the heck? My intention is to put a message out there, not to be perfect. That's something I feel like needs awareness, in our world of where perfection is a must. In reality, I feel being perfect or too perfect, however you see perfection, it kind of falls in the category of falsehood, because that perfection robs the essence of the person or whoever is intending to put a message out there. I may be wrong, but for me, I feel that that is what happens when you try to be perfect. An advice from me, take it or leave it, whatever you want to do with it. Don't try to be perfect, okay? Whatever you have to do, whatever you want to put out there, just do it. It doesn't matter how, when, just do it. And don't really focus on, or don't worry about how it's gonna come out, or if will anybody see this, or don't focus on criticism. Focus on your intention. What is your purpose? What is your intention? Make sure that intention is coming from pure heart, because when it comes from pure heart, from your pure essence, there is nothing to worry about, nothing to be perfect about, because when it comes from pure heart, that's already perfect itself, because the heart is intelligent. Therefore, there is no need for it to be perfect. It just goes with the flow. Whatever it needs to express, it will express. It will express it in a neutral way. The heart doesn't harm anyone. Just do you. Do you. Focus on your purpose. Focus on what you intend to bring to the world. What are you going to contribute to the world? That's my question to you. What are you going to contribute to the world? Because whatever you bring to the world, or whatever you put out there, whatever you put out there into the world, just know that it will create a ripple effect. Okay? That ripple of effect will come back to you. So be sure of what it is that you're putting out there. What are your intentions? And just focus. Focus on your purpose. Focus on what your intentions are. But yeah, that's my word. Don't be perfect, because you are perfect. You already are perfect. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here today. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will do my best to answer all of your questions. Once again, thank you guys. Have a good night.